mom came, helped us put everything on the front lawn, and left. And that was welcome to the streets. That was fun.
Wow.
So I went around collecting grocery carts and loaded them up, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's when I ended up. The neighborhood market wasn't open yet. It was still the old Rite Aid, and I slept on the back of that dock.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Then I ended up being management inside that store. And it's actually the same now at my current Walmart. I slept behind that building. There's so many places that I camped around that area. I actually cried a little bit when I got the job because I was nervous about being back in that area. But I decided to use it to my advantage due to what my position is. So I'm now an asset protection assistant manager.
Oh, that's what you're doing assets.
So we'll just say that I was homeless for about 10 years. And I was just kind of all over the place. So the longest I believe I stayed here was maybe a month, and then I left the shelter because I would get arrested a lot of times for camping. I had numerous camping violations, and there were some days like I would be waking up at 6 a.m. to go to jail just because I was camping somewhere. And I would be sound asleep, and I would get woke up. Law enforcement would wake me up, and I would get hauled off to jail for camping.
How long would you typically stay in jail?
It's the hold and release, but that's usually you'd get picked up at 6, and I might have got out right after midnight.
Just from?
Well, I would come and eat as well.
Oh, okay? Came for the daily meal.
Yes. And then also would, if I was able to get here in time, take advantage of the shower day. It was actually kind of nice. You'd be able to wash your clothes, take a shower, get a meal. So.
And why were you ready at that moment?
Like I said, the home that I was staying in, I was sitting in that garage. I was by myself, and people were all over the place doing whatever they were doing, and because due to a person that lived there, kind of invited homeless other people over.
Oh yeah.
So it became like a not as big as a trap house, but a lot of activity was taking place there. And I was sitting in there, and I just started crying, and I was like, I can't. Like I'm done. I tried to get high, and I did. I went through the
motions.
I went through the motions there. Thank you. I went through the motions, and I just sat there, and I didn't feel anything. And I said, "That's it. That's it. That's enough. That's it." There was an image that I seen on Facebook after I got off the streets, and it was a person going through the motion, and behind him was Jesus with his arm out, and so it was going into Jesus' arm instead of the addict's arm. And I thought maybe that night that's what happened. Maybe. Yeah. Yes. So tomorrow will be 4 years clean, and it was a miracle. So there was a guy, we called him Pizza Mike. He would run around and hand out the leftover pizzas at the end of the night.
From here?
Well, he would deliver them. He would actually find me to where I was.
Oh.
He was like my guardian angel. He would make sure he found me, make sure I ate. I got out of jail, and I was his responsibility. And the court released me to him. He showed up at my court date. He was able to put me in a hotel for the night, and then got me in here. The support from Miss Charlotte and Mr. Miller was amazing, just due to the fact that they never gave up on me. Like I was telling you, they'd see me, why are you still out here? It seemed everybody I was surrounded with that was looking out for me, they seen something in me that I didn't, obviously because I was so lost, and I appreciate them every day for that, just because like you need that. People give up all the time when you're in addiction, and the folks here didn't, so it was actually pretty amazing.
That is amazing. And thank you for recognizing that.
Oh, most definitely. And if it wasn't for them, you have people who are like, oh, get off the street, do better. But they're not the ones that want to say, why are you still out here?
Yeah.
How can we help you?
Yeah.
And that was the difference. It was actually, there was care behind their words. I felt like they actually cared. Like they were interested in making me better, not just telling me I should get better.
then what about treatment for your addiction?
So during those first 3 months that I stayed here, I went to NA, I went to AA, I went to Celebrate Recovery, and then I also attended John H. Jones. And I was hitting about 4 or 5 meetings a day, and would also attend church on Sunday. In the program, they want you to do 90 meetings in 90 days. By the time my 90 days was up, I had over 100.
Oh, great.
So I started out as the overnight frozen dairy associate. And I was told that if I worked hard that I would see things. 6 months later, I got promoted to the support manager. And then a year after that, I got the team lead position, which is basically like the assistant manager without the pay. And then in this past March, I got promoted to assistant manager and was sent to the Vacaville Walmart. And now 7 months later, I'm back in Woodland as the asset protection assistant manager.
And you live in Woodland,
And
right?
I live in Woodland, so I was like,
Yeah.
yay!
That's
I don't have
great.
to drive to work every day.
Yeah, precisely.
Because Fourth and Hope doesn't give up on the individuals that are surrounding their buildings. No matter what these people are doing, Fourth and Hope has always been here. Fourth and Hope has been here as long as I have been out in the streets or have known about it. So it's been about 15 years I've known about this place. I do what I can for them, because they've done so much for me. Just the people here, just having somebody to talk to. It's really hard to put into words what I feel Fourth and Hope has done for me. So if they're able to do that for me, as lost as I was, I know that they can do it for other people. They just got to be able to have the resources to do it.